Hi, welcome back to Ucanic. I'm Gabe. I have over 30 years experience as an ASC Master Certified Technician, and I'm going to share what I've learned with you. So today, we have a 2013 Ford F-350. It's a work truck, and it is here because the AC is blowing warm. Now, I've already checked the refrigerant charge in this truck, hoping that it was just a little low on refrigerant. It's not. The system's fully charged, but the air conditioning compressor is not coming on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Ucanic UCAN 2 Pro scan tool. We're going to connect it to this truck. We're going to check for codes, see if there's anything HVAC related. It does have a check engine light. We're going to see what we can do as far as manipulating the controls. We're going to monitor live data. We're going to see if we can control the compressor directly with the scan tool. And we're going to diagnose this truck correctly the first time with the scan tool. And if we can today, if we have the parts here to do it, we'll get this repaired and get it back to our friend so he can get back to work. We're going to work outside today. It's a beautiful day. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're out here working on our 2013 F-350. We verified that the air conditioner is charged, but the AC compressor still won't come on. I'm going to show you how we can use our Ucanic UCAN 2 Pro scanner and Ucanic circuit tester to test the AC compressor and see why this isn't working. We're going to diagnose this and see what the actual problem is. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take our Ucanic scan tool and our OBD dongle. We're going to plug this into the OBD port. All right. And we're going to turn the key on. All right. We're going to go to diagnostic. This is a Ford. We're going to use our smart VIN feature. We're going to let this scan, and it's going to identify the vehicle. All right, and here we are. Okay, so now what we want to do, we can run a quick scan on this, and we're going to select all modules and run a fault scan. We'll let this run through and see what we can find here. See if we have any air conditioning related codes. Now all these modules that are showing up in red have trouble codes stored. So we'll see what codes are related to the air conditioning, if any. All the ones that are green mean that there are no codes stored in those modules. And anything in gray means it's not getting any signal back or no communication from that module. And that could be because it's not equipped with that module, or there could be a communication issue with that module. All right. Okay, let's see what it came up with. And we are going to save this. And let's look at our list. So we have 3 faults in the powertrain control module. AC clutch relay control circuit. All right, well, that's an air conditioning related code. Fan 1 control circuit. This has a mechanical clutch fan, but it is electronically controlled. So we'll get a look at that as well. Because if there's not enough air coming across the condenser, that can actually affect how cold the air conditioning gets. So let's continue here and see what else we have. Key in switch. All right, that's not related to what we're worried about. Driver seatbelt retractor pretensioner, not a concern for what we're looking at. Wiper motor, not a concern. Air conditioning module. Air distribution damper motor. So that actuator is sending a signal back that the HVAC module is not happy with. So we'll get a look at that as well. All right. So let's go to the PCM. All right. And we're going to go to active test. Now I'm going to start this up. All right. Let's look at our AC commanded state. The engine is idling. And we're going to go to our HVAC controls here. Currently it's off. All right. And the scanner is showing that the compressor is commanded on. Let's turn the system on. AC is lit. All right, so we see that it is commanded on. Let's go out and take a look and see if the compressor is running. The air certainly is not cool. And hard to see, but down there at the bottom is our AC compressor, right there, and the clutch is not running. The belt's turning, but the clutch is not running, which tells me that the AC is not engaged. So we're going to have to go to the fuse box here, which looks kind of crusty. Let's get a look at the factory fuse box layout and see where this is. Now, if we look here at our fuse layout, right here, fuse F47 feeds our AC compressor relay, which feeds our AC compressor. Let's get a look at where fuse F47 and that AC compressor relay are. So F47 right here, kind of in the middle of the fuse box, and our AC compressor clutch relay is right here. So it is a small relay down in the corner there. All right, let's go back out to the fuse panel and see if we can locate these. All right, so back out at our fuse panel, we can see that is our relay, which looks to be cracked. Looks like the case of it has broken off of it. So that's a problem by itself. And this is our fuse F47 that controls that relay. So we're going to check to see if we have power at this fuse with our mechanic circuit tester. And then we're going to play with this relay and see if we can get power here, or if we have power here, and if we can get power to our AC compressor to see if we can diagnose this. All right, we have our circuit tester here. I'm going to connect it to our battery source. Black to negative, red to positive, like always. Okay. And our tester is alive, 13.6 volts. All right, let's check our fuse. Now this fuse controls the AC compressor clutch circuit. And we want to see if this lights up red for positive. All right, so we have a red light here. And we have a red light here. So we have power flowing through this fuse. So now, let's see if we can pull this relay out. Oh, the compressor just kicked on as I'm wiggling this, which tells me we have a bad contact here. So let me just grab this relay. Let me just pull this out. Yeah, as I'm manipulating this relay, the compressor is kicking on. So this relay, we can see the terminals here are pretty corroded. So that's preventing proper contact in that fuse box. So what we're going to do, let's just do a quick check. So we have our ground, positive, negative, and positive. All right. So one of these legs, and I'm not sure which one because I can't really see in there to see which pin it is. One of those is our signal back to the compressor. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray a little bit of electrical contact cleaner in there, and we're going to put a different relay in it and see if we can get this compressor to kick on. All right, so we've cleaned those terminals out as best we can with some electrical contact cleaner and a little pick just to kind of brush away any of that green fuzz there. We had another relay laying around. All right, this is not new. This is out of another vehicle. We just grabbed it. We're going to use this to test. We're going to plug this in and see if the compressor runs. And as soon as I plug that in, our compressor kicks on. So Poor connection there is all that was causing our AC compressor not to run. And by the looks of this fuse box, it looks like there's been no cover on it for a while, which is a problem. So I'm going to recommend maybe we find a replacement fuse box, at least at the very least, put some electrical contact cleaner on this whole thing and get a cover for it. Let's see if the AC is getting cold inside the truck. All right, so that compressor's been running for probably about 45 seconds, and already the air temperature is cool inside the truck. So now this truck's got some miles on it, 243,000, almost 244,000, and the AC is still blowing cold now that we've corrected that electrical problem. So it didn't have to be a mechanical issue. A little bit of an electrical problem kept that from coming on, but with the right tools, the Eucanic scanner and our circuit tester, we could diagnose this problem and get this old work truck back up on the road. And we just properly diagnosed this air conditioner in a matter of minutes using the Eucanic UCAN 2 Pro and the Eucanic circuit tester. The right tools made all the difference in diagnosing this truck correctly. It took us a total of maybe 15 minutes to diagnose this with those tools. You can save yourself a ton of money by diagnosing it yourself, doing it the right way, and doing it right the first time. This truck easily could have costed a fortune at the dealership or another local shop. By diagnosing it there, it would have easily been in the hundreds of dollars to diagnose this. Now, we still have some work to do to repair that fuse panel to make sure everything's okay for the rest of the circuits in there, but all in all, we're saving a ton of money and a little bit of downtime on this work truck by doing it ourselves. As for our other code for the fan control circuit, let me show you what we found with that. So these vehicles actually have an electrically controlled mechanical fan clutch. Well, our fan is turning, and here's the connector for the fan clutch. Now you can see this broken section of the fan shroud here. I'm not going to get too close to it with my hand with that fan running, but this wire is supposed to connect to another extension that bolts here, which has been broken off of this fan shroud, which connects to the fan clutch itself. Let me shut the engine off and I'll show you what I mean. So down here, there is an electrical connector right there on the fan clutch, which attaches to plastic sleeve. The wiring harness runs through a plastic sleeve and connects to the fan shroud here, and this connector would connect to that. Now that whole assembly is broken and missing. So the fan clutch is staying locked right now, and it's pretty stiff. Now that fan clutch is PCM controlled. What the PCM does is when there's higher demand for cooling, if you're climbing a grade, or if the air conditioning pressure rises too high and it needs to draw more air across this AC condenser or radiator, for whatever reason, anything that the PCM detects is needing more airflow, it will lock that clutch. Now, it can't do that right now because the fail-safe built into this, in the event of any kind of electrical failure, the fan clutch is locked. So right now the fan clutch is locked and it's constantly drawing air across. If the fan clutch fails, it's designed to do that. Now, ours is going to keep the check engine light on because the PCM is saying, hey, my fan control circuit is incomplete. There's not a good signal coming back from that fan clutch, which is what drove us to this point of having to check engine light and check for codes. So we're going to see if we can find one of those extension harnesses and get this repaired the right way, replace this fan clutch shroud, and get all those plastic pieces back the way that they should, get this work truck back on the road. Check out our website, eucanic.com. Our YouTube page is full of other great, useful information, other how-to videos. Remember, we're Eucanic. You can do it. We can help.